What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Pope Show. And today, before we get started, I'm going to give another shout out to Garage Omino. It is a app for men where you can go on there and talk about car stuff, talk about motorcycles, dirt bikes, three-wheelers, four-wheelers, RC cars. You can talk about drawing cars. You can talk about anything to do with vehicles or toys. And that is an awesome app. But alright, let's start today's episode. What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of the Pope Show, and today we are going to be working on my golf cart. So first up, I'm going to take out the rear end on my 72 Easy Go. That's a four-wheel drive golf cart because someone is actually trading me the rear end out of that one for another three-wheel golf cart. So that way I'll have two golf carts. And with the 72 Easy Go, since I'm taking the axle out, it's electric motor, I'm going to go ahead and switch that to a gas engine. I just don't like electric. Because I picked this one up for I think like 180 bucks, and it's because the batteries were dead. But the engine still ran, so I put it on Marketplace to take all the batteries and electric motor and all that junk out so I can hopefully raise up some money, you know, to actually put in the rear end. Well, it turned out, like I said, some guy offered a three-wheel golf cart for just the Easy Go rear end. And so let's go ahead and tear it out. And also, before we start tearing into it, I know I said that I'm gonna have the Yamaha Blaster episode today, but I ordered the coil and it doesn't get delivered until tomorrow. And I only got one day to do my videos, so unfortunately that's gonna have to be next week's video. But I did get a meter and I checked the coil, and that's what it was. The coil was bad. So I have that on order. It'll be here tomorrow. So unfortunately I have to be next week, so I have to start a new project today, which is fine by me because I've been wanting to do this project. I've had this golf cart for like 3 months now, but I've been trying to slowly get down my list of toys to do. So let's get to it. Ooh. Okay guys, so we got it off the trailer, and this is the three-wheel go-kart I got for just the rear axle. This one's electric also, and it just needs 3 batteries. So I'm toying between just putting 3 batteries on it and just running it as that, or swapping this rear end, well, not swapping the rear end out, but making this rear end work and just put a gas motor to it, which I'll show you why I can do this one easier in a second. But like I said, you know, everything works on this one. This one I believe is a 56, he said. This was actually a utility one they use in factories. So that's pretty cool because I really want to make kind of like a work golf cart for around my yard, picking up stuff. Or I might put like a box right here, that way I can haul stuff around. But this project's probably going to be a little bit later because I still have like 2 or 3 more projects before I want to dig into this one. So this one's probably just going to go in storage for right now. So fancy. Oh, I guess you can't see it. Hang on. And I can see something. But this one's going to be easier because, yes, it has an electric motor, but the rear end also has a pulley on the end of it to where I can actually make, you know, that pulley smaller or bigger, put a sprocket on it, and then have an engine set in here. And that way the gearing goes down, because a four-wheel drive golf cart, that rear end was 14-to-1, so it would go really slow. So this one would work a lot better, or be a lot easier to switch it to a gas-powered engine. So that, we'll think about that, we'll see what we'll do. But I'm gonna go ahead and put this in storage. Okay guys, I think I got it stripped all down to where I can actually start doing some fabrication. But before that, I gotta do a lot of thinking, because this is the axle that I'm planning on putting on there. It's actually the 86 Polaris that I tore apart. I'm gonna try using that axle. So here's the axle, and then I took the original tires off that were on the Polaris and put these on here to make it a little bit wider, because it was so skinny with those tires because they were so much fatter. And I'm trying to get it to where it was 28 inches, because that's what it is from the leaf springs. Okay, so I sat it on here, and as you can see, this leaf spring is actually on the tire, and that one's just on the side of the tire. So somehow I gotta figure out how I can get it to where that axle will fit on there when the tire's fitting on there. Which I might have to put the axle on there and then buy different tires, maybe some trailer tires where the rim isn't so far into the tire. Still gotta do some research on that one. I'm gonna go ahead and take these shocks off, get them out of the way. Okay, so looking at it, I might take these leaf springs. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and take these leaf springs on, and then I might actually be able to build something to where I can use this shock that mounts on here, and then maybe put a brace through it, and then not even use these leaf springs. That way I don't have to worry about the axle different size, and I can actually put the four-wheeler tires back on. So let me take these stupid things off. Okay, now we have leaf springs gone. Let's go ahead and see what this looks like. What we can do. Yeah, that'll work. See, and I'm thinking put a bar across here, and then have a bar up here, and then put a shock up there, and bada boom, bada bang, baby. Okay guys, so we technically have a rolling chassis now. It's definitely going to be changed because that is so low, and that's without even weight on it. If I bounce on it, it goes so far down. So I'm still gonna have to change a little bit of things, but I'm happy I got a rolling chassis. As you can see, I got this square tubing that I just had laying around. I welded two pieces together, that way it's a little bit wider to weld, this big old stuff. Which I didn't like the way my welds turned out, so I'm still gonna put some more braces and stuff in there. But I think it turned out pretty good for just using scraps. And then I had to cut this rear section out because it was hitting the tire. So I can always just make a new one of them, figure that out. This is actually the rear end off the Polaris that blew up. So kind of works perfectly because this thing's been sitting here for a while. And then, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and put the original tires back on. These ones, actual quad tires. Put them back on so it'll lift a little bit more. But I'm still trying to figure stuff out. I just wanted to get a rolling chassis today. That way, I can roll this thing into the garage and put it away. Okay guys, so that's going to be the end of part one on the golf cart build, going from electric to gas. We got a rolling chassis, so like I said, I'm happy with that. I'm going to end it here, and then next time we'll finish up bracing that rear end and try mocking up for whichever engine that I pick. But as you can see, I got a huge mess of tools all laying around, so I got to start cleaning up. But alright guys, see you next week. Peace! Golf cart for just my rear end. My rear end.